when Aaron told me the party was here, I thought it was so ironic. 13 Cottage Ave is right across the street, and that's where I first started with Bay State. And this whole area was so different. And this was a very different pub. Very, very client loaded. Because Aaron asked me, did I ever go to like the Grand Rail or Sullivan's? And I'm like, oh no.
No.
There'd be way too many clients to run into if I went to those bars. So I used to go for the pizza over the Grand Rail. So since then though, from 13 Cottage was to Temple Street, to Columbian, to Beale Street, to the Stetson Building, to Forbes Road, and all along the way I've worked with amazing people, many of you who are here today, and I feel like it's been a gift to me. So how much this agency has changed. When I was first here, Jake was not born yet. And I used to, but a few years later, he was, Liz and I were starting our family. To me, Bay State has always been like, when I started my family, like that chapter of my life. And it was such a great place. Thanks to Ken's leadership, it was a very family atmosphere. So it was a much smaller place at the time. We used to all bring our kids in. I used to Jake in his car seat. I used to plop him on Mary Gardner's desk. Like, I got a meeting, can you watch Jake? And she's like, sure. And I'd just put his car seat there, and I'd come back, and he may or may not be there. But if he wasn't, he'd be with somebody else. I'd come back to my meeting, and so it was a whole different world, and it was great. And so through that time, I've worked with so many people. Janelle, and that whole crew we had there was unbelievable.
Phenomenal.
So it was really hard work, but it was made not hard because you were with people you liked, and it was creative, and it was fun. You guys were all part of that. There was always this excitement of going into these new homes and like, oh shit, what am I getting into? And you never knew.
Chris, remember Norwell?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I stopped reading referrals because I used to read them and I'd be like, oh, this is going to be a piece of cake. And you walk in, you're like, oh boy. And then others, you're like, this is going to be really difficult. And what? So it was amazing.
And
So
they'd be like the best family.
yes, we
guys.
would just go in and we'd figure it out. And we did it as a team. And it's like, oh, we need this, we need that. What can we do? So it was a wonderful atmosphere. We had a great time. There's some great people involved there. And then when I went to DCF, it was a real eye-opener for me because I was you can't help but at times you see the criticism in papers and stuff about DCF, oh, DCF did this and DCF did that. And then you go there and you're like, oh my God, what they're dealing with every day is amazing.
I cannot believe you're retired. So Marta Reese is the previous CFO, was with Chris, Ken, and myself. I cannot believe you're retiring. Even though I've been retired for 7 years, I still remember the lovely chats we had during our agency budget meetings. The budgeting was boring in comparison to the stories you shared with me about your programs and the role it had in helping children and their families. I can't tell you how meaningful it was to me to have a little inside view of your landscape. Thank you for your amazing work and congratulations on your retirement for an exemplary career with Bay State Community Center.
The other day I was watching something on one of the TV channels about Normandy, which was the invasion that the Allies did at the end of the war. And I remember seeing General Eisenhower, and he would wear a little jacket. They used to call it the Eisenhower jacket. It's what jean jackets look like. And on his shoulders would be the 4 stars as a general, but nothing else. And of course, he could have won the awards that would have filled up his whole jacket. But he had a quiet dignity about him. He was a real leader. And, I remember him once saying that, he said, nobody is better than me, but I'm not better than anyone. And that's the kind of humility and class and courage that you brought to your job. So again, when I look back, I will miss this guy as a person. I appreciate his accomplishments and everything he's done, but you've touched this agency deeply, and you're one of the people who make me very, very proud. There's other people in this room that I was part of Bay State, because I could be around people like this. So thank you very much.
Like what you said, it's true. Like, not only clinician-wise, he's phenomenal, and I can go on and on about that. You and I have had cases that
That's
were
some
like,
doozies.
but person, and he was my clinical supervisor at home base for a while. Everyone he supervised would come to me constantly and just say how incredible you were, how supportive, but yet you were so good at being like, you can do more, you can do better, you should reach for this, you should, and a lot of them did, to be honest. So, Chris, to me, you embody Bay State. Teresa embodied Bay State for me, you embody Bay State for me. Not that everyone else here is also my Bay State. I'm just saying that's why I stayed as long as I did. It's because of people like you, who really, really cared about clients, and we went above and beyond, and probably illegally sometimes. And I'm no longer employed. And when him and I had a case, our files were up to speed.
Whenever an auditor was coming in, we're like, Danielle would call me, she's like, get a hold of Danielle, get one of her files.
Just copy that, we'll be fine. But I guess there's just so much, I think, of the history of you and I, and just, I think you taught me a lot. You taught me a lot of how to be graceful, you taught me how to be patient. You really, really helped me in my supervision with other people, and I really, really thank you for that, and I think you made me a better person, just like Teresa did. You and Teresa made me. So, thank you.
Was that, and I just think of the hundreds and hundreds of kids and families that we incredibly helped when we did the home-based services for so many years. With trouble over there. Never mind those thousands of DCF families that you have advocated for, fought for, and collaborated around. So, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you so much. We will terribly miss you, and we'll make sure that we can find you.